I am the part of the sales team, mainly India region. And my journey began with Frappe almost 4 years ago, where my one of the friend had recommended that this is Frappe, and at that time, Frappe was just known mainly by ERP Next as an single application. We had only one application, and if you remember version 11, I started my journey as version 11, so it was all colorful icons, so what's easy, attractive to see on the screen, and the users was also kind of loving it. So let's start. I'll start with Chandni to share her experience. How did you come across ERP Next, and how did you discover basically the entire system?
Uh, yeah, hi everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chandni from DFM Foods Limited. DFM is FMCG company, manufacturing extruded snacks and namkeen. Our brand is Cracks. If you know about the Cracks, Cracks is Cracks rings, curls, Fritz, and recently we launched potato chips. Uh,
So, during your evaluation journey, what were the other ERPs did you evaluate, and how did you? I mean, what were the features of ERP Next or the framework that you liked the most, and it kind of you started implementing it?
Yeah, DFM were using three legacy systems. Like for procurement, they were using EasyRP. For finance, they were using Tally. And for sales, they were using S&D. This is inbuilt software. So in 2020, DFM is acquired by Advent International. So then management has taken the decision to build a ERP, integrated ERP, where all functions will come to bring to the one platform. So we decided to ERP next. First we evaluated SAP B1, but this is very costly and our budget is very less. So then Mr. Rajat Jain is our IT head. Then he heard about the ERP next. Then he suggested us to evaluate ERP next. And then we started to evaluate ERP next, and then journey begins.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Saju, coming back to you, how did your journey start? What were your other solutions in mind before choosing ERP Next?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Saju George. I'm the managing director for Alfarsi.me. We are a mid-sized healthcare distribution and manufacturing company based out of Muscat in Oman. Talking about our ERP journey, we were using a couple of legacy systems, one for warehouse management and one for accounting. And there was, it was during 2020, around that time, we felt our people were tied up into their desks, doing a lot of entries, especially the sales team was spending far too much time on the desk, doing sales orders and such. And that was the reason why we started looking at different ERP options. And as you mentioned, we also went through the beauty parade of different ERP solutions, including SAP. And it was expensive, and we were not very confident that we'd be able to pull it off because it sounded very complex and complicated. So I stumbled upon ERP Next through a Google search and an email to ERP Next team. And that's how our journey started.
Wonderful. So, Pradeep, was it the same journey for Swastik, and you guys were into services, that is a different domain that we were expert in? How did it started at Swastik?
So, I'm Pradeep. I'm working as AGM with Swastik Infra. We are in a different industry compared to these two people. We are in infra. In 2016, when we started our RMC business, we were having multiple software operating at different level. At operation level, we were having some PLC software which is for production. Then in accounts, we were operating on Tally. Then we later on developed our in-house software. Unfortunately, the person who was developing the software died in COVID second wave. Then again, we started searching for the software. The evaluation started to find out the software which is helping on end-to-end solution. So initially our discussion was with SAP, but the considering the cost and the margin at what we are operating, we came to ERP Next, and yes, it's working fine for us.
That's great to hear. So Harshvardhan, I do understand when we're doing, pre-sales demos, so there was a lot of unique capabilities. There were standard features that you wanted to use. But how did this platform help you to, get your journey started?
Yeah. Hi, myself Harshvardhan. I'm the program manager with Lifelong. And Lifelong is a consumer home appliances product, consumer durable goods product. So we were into B2C and B2B. So and also e-commerce business. So when you are in B2B, B2C and e-commerce, you would also know that you are connected with multiple external applications. So for B2C, you have to directly get connected with the fulfill the orders on the e-commerce platforms. And B2B, you have to fulfill your customer orders, and you to have a core WMS, what is that, order management or the WMS, to fulfill these orders on time. It was a very difficult task for the entire organization. They were on Tally, they were on Easy Ecom, they are on Unicommerce. For WMS, they have some other applications. So what is the key thing which helped us to take up ERP Next? The flexibility of the technology or the framework to customize and you use the integral part or integrated application, that is accounting and finance and stock and CRM, order management. So all these are integrated within the product, and the flexibility of the framework to connect with the other applications. This made us to choose ERP Next.
Great. So coming back to Saju, what I understand from my team, while we were implementing it, it was online initially, and it's also a lot of medical equipment that you trade, mainly dental thing. So how was the configuration, or maybe how the implementation journey went? Did online help you better, or the other way around?
Yeah, so we were very excited after deciding on to go with ERP Next. And then we were all geared up to do the implementation. And we originally planned for an online support. And I have to say we failed terribly online because we had a business to run. And we also had a legacy system which was kind of fit for purpose, at least for that present moment of time. So people were not feeling the heat to actually change, and I massively underestimated the internal resistance that I might face during implementation as well. So I remember we dragged our feet for about 8 months, and we had Dharmesh from your team who was helping us out remotely to drive the project through. And we had these stand-up calls every Thursday. And I was feeling very guilty, turning up to the stand-up calls, because we would actually commit ourselves to do certain tasks, and we would wait until Wednesday evening to figure out, what we need to say during the stand-up calls. And it reached a stage where we felt, hey, this is not actually working out, and then we reached out for help to Frappe. And very kindly, I think this was the first time you guys sent someone over on site for an implementation. And we were lucky to get Dharmesh for about 8 weeks. And we got everything done within 8 weeks, what we couldn't achieve in 8 months. So I'm a big believer in having people on site and working with the team and understanding the business and getting things done rather than doing remotely. So it helped us immensely. So if any of you are prospective customers looking to implement ERP Next, please, I think the best way to do it is getting someone into your business, making sure the team work with them and getting it done on site rather than doing it remotely.
Wonderful. So the online implementations is, on-site is much better, you'd say.
At least in our experience.
Did it happen the same way, Chandni, at DFM Foods? I'm very curious to understand. I mean, it was a big implementation in the beginning. How did you guys do it? What were the hurdles or lessons learned during the implementation?
We face lots of hurdles because legacy system is not easy to stop the software. And users compatibility, users make user confident on the ERP next. So we run both systems parallelly for 3 to 4 months, like for procurement, for finance, for sales. Fine. So then when we moved to sales, there were lots of issues on server performance. Then we took Frappe DevOps support, and then our server performance would be better.
What was your, internal decision? Why self-hosting? I mean, there are so many options available on the cloud. So
because of our management don't have trust on the cloud platforms, so they said ki you have to self-host the server for the ERP also. So we have our infra team, but they don't have Ubuntu experience. So we took third-party support for Ubuntu, and then we include a Frappe DevOps team for making our life easy for the on server basis.
So coming back to Harshvardhan, there was a instance where there was a critical, requirement having some integrations, as you rightly said in the introduction. How quick was the implementation done?
It was very quick, and we got our desired requirement of Unicommerce integrated with the ERP next. And basically, the required desired solution was delivered by Ankush. I think he's there. So he was there for us to help us, as been from a very long time. And the solution is good. And we are actually using the integration not only for the order management, it has also been used for order reconciliation of the payment, and order wise we are able to track our profit and loss. It's a very difficult task, or what do you say? It's not possible. It is a possible, but it was very hard. But we have been achieving it, and we have achieved the payment and the profit and loss of the order wise.
So Pradeep, can you share something about your role in Swastik post the implementation? What was the key leverage that the team is using in ERP Next or the framework, and how it's affecting your day-to-day operations?
Though my role is in accounts and finance, I'm helping the ERP team to refining the software. Though what we have done till now, the customization is very minuscule. The reason behind going to ERP is we are working in an industry called ready-mix concrete. Many of you may not be knowing it. So in 2016, when we started this operation, our volume was very less. So multiple people operating on multiple software was okay. Now we have reached to a situation that we are the second largest in terms of volume in Mumbai region, with a volume of around 60 to 70,000 cubic meter. So double people doing multiple data entries and multiple work would not meet the quick response time. So ERP Next is helping us to eliminate the double entry and improving the performance. At the same time, it is helping us to reduce the people's workload. That is how it is helping at one point. Second point is stock management. In all earlier software, we were not having real-time stock management. In RMC business, you need to have the storage capacity at the plant is very less. You need to know the stock available at the plant and next 3 days production, what you have to achieve. So accordingly, the purchase team has to manage the procurement. The plant level people need to manage the stock. These all things are available at real time thanks to ERP Next.
So Saju, did it happen the similar way where, post the implementations, what was the key changes or improvements that you saw once it was implemented?
I think the big difference that I'm seeing is my sales team is able to spend quality time with our customers because before ERP implementation, they were spending far too much time in the office actually preparing sales orders and getting delivery notes done and everything else and liaising with the store team. But currently we've given them all mobile devices, iPads, and they are actually taking them to the customers and showing the customers the products. They are explaining different options which are available. They are making orders from the customer side. And also they are able to view the real-time stock availability position as well. And in many instances, before they reach the office, we've already delivered the product to the customer. So that's been fantastic. So we are actually getting more time, more quality time with the customer, and that is also showing in our sales performance as well.
That's wonderful. So that's without the mobile application, just the responsive UI you guys are
Absolutely, yes. So there is no mobile app. It is just the web which is loaded onto the mobile device. We use Chrome and on iPad for showing and making the orders real time.
That's wonderful. So Chandni, coming back to you, what would be a key message to a very similar company or maybe a manufacturing? What would be your message to the prospects out there on using ERP Next?
I will suggest small and medium enterprise to use ERP Next because they can do phase-wise implementation. Like first they can implement procurement, then they can come to accounting, then stock inventory, and then after then they can convert it to sales, like we did. We do phase-wise implementation in ERP. So it makes life easy. It took time, but it makes your life easy.
And Saju, what is your future plans? We've implemented the basics, and then what do you see? What is next coming up?
I think for us, the big part is our B2B platform. We've done a soft launch, so we're going to go live in a few weeks' time in a big way. So that is one. But also there are some very exciting things we have been doing of late. One is integrating a picking robot with the ERP Next platform. And just after this, we're going to have a flash talk on how we achieved that. But I think one of the key thing for me is today I'm not worried when I'm looking at new initiatives. I'm not worried about the tech capability which I have. Even though we as an organization might not have much, we can always, I have confidence that we can always bank on ERP Next and the ecosystem that we have will come up with solutions. And the most recent example of our robot integration was a great example of that.
Pradeep, what is your comments on the future plans for Swastik? Any modules you are yet to be implemented, or how do you see the future?
So Swastik has recently entered into road infra project. Till now we were the subcontractor. The scope was limited. Now recently we got one order directly from NHAI. So that project we are about to start. So for that we need to start project implementation and how the project flow can be developed in the system. The customization discussion is already started with your team, and we are working on it because that project will be solely managed by, including material and all the services will be managed by Swastik. So this was our next target, and linking all the RMC plant with the software.
Harshvardhan, your future goals for lifelong, taking it for next 2 years?
So the next, what next? So have done the finance, accounting, we have done the order management, B2C, warehouse management. So what's next? So next is automation of what can be automated, what can be not automated, what can be used with the artificial intelligence. And we have done the bank integration. We have got the through Wigne 8848 ending the integration part of it. So even that has been automated. So we are going further. We are going for offline since still now we were on e-commerce, focusing on e-commerce and online sales. So next we are looking at offline sales. So probably we will be having a DMS, that is distributors management system. We would think of offline franchisee operation systems where we have POS or anything. So we are looking at scaling up our business and using this platform and doing something new which helps even our suppliers to know what to sell, what to produce, and how to cater our customers.
So as B2C, the ONDC thing is coming up very fast. So how prepared or how easy is to your team to adopt that?
Yeah, okay, I actually missed out this part. So thank you, Faraz.
No.
So yeah, we have done a testing phase, and the UAT has been completed with ONDC. So we'll be I think we are the beta users for ONDC on Frappe platform. So we are almost ready with the technical part. We are ready. Probably will be, there's some documentation which is pending from the ONDC team and sign off from our team also. And probably within this next couple of weeks or a week, we'll be on ONDC platform selling our products directly to customers.
Great, thanks.